Hey, it's me, Latoya, coming to you with some information. Today I had a workout. I've been talking to you about my transformation going from 215 pounds down to 137 total right now. Still working to get down to that ideal weight of maybe 130 pounds, somewhere in there. This transformation has taken me 8 months of being consistent, being accountable to myself, and being responsible for my own actions. I had to stop making excuses. When I started this journey, I started it with a friend of mine. We worked really hard. He was doing great and having great success, and I was struggling in the beginning. And it was because I just wasn't ready. And when I said I wasn't ready, I wanted to lose the weight, but I had not discovered why I needed to lose the weight or how I got to the point of being overweight at that time. He had it all figured out. He had a plan, he had a goal, he set that goal, and he worked very, very hard to reach it. Myself, I had excuses. I couldn't do the exercises. I was tired. I had a lot of other work to do, and I just didn't have the time. But I stuck with it and finally realized that the scale was not my enemy, that I was actually my own enemy. When I would see the scale, I was convinced that I wasn't going to lose the weight, or I wasn't going to meet the target weight amount that we had to weigh in for that week. And every time I told myself that, I didn't meet it. So I realized that it was me speaking into existence those things that I did not want to happen. And that's when it became apparent to me that anything you want to do successfully, it starts with you. It starts with how you think about it, what you think about it, and do you really believe that you can do it? Because I didn't believe that I could lose the weight, I wasn't very successful. I would lose a couple of pounds or maybe even a half a pound or maybe didn't even lose any weight at all. And I felt like I was really, 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 really working hard. I would do the exercises, of course, and it was much of a struggle to get through the exercises. And I was just convinced it just wasn't going to work. But then one day I woke up and I said, you know what? I've come too far. If he can do it, I can do it. So I started listening to some motivational things to help me understand how I got to be where I was. And I realized it was me. So I had to start talking to myself and telling myself, you can do this. When I got tired in the exercises, you can do this. Just take one more steps. I had to come up with ways to convince myself that I wasn't tired. I would, instead of doing an exercise for so many minutes, I would make sure I would say, okay, I'm going to do 10 reps and make sure I met those 10 reps. Then I would up it to 12, and then I would up it to 15. And by the time I got to the amount that everybody else was doing, I was able to successfully complete a full round of the exercises. And yes, that took time. So sometimes it's a process. You got to go through the steps. And if you want to do something different, you got to start with yourself, in your own mind, telling yourself what you can do, and you can always do it. So continue to take this journey with me, and we can do this. Click on the button below if you want to try something new. If you want to learn more about my transformation, put a comment in the box below, and we can continue to talk about it. I'll share everything that I've done and why it's been successful for me. Have a good day.